Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host Terry, and let's get right to it. We got more clarification on the Roquan situation that is actually a lot bigger than just Roquan. So, I already put the video out yesterday talking about my thoughts on the Roquan situation, and I would definitely say check that out if you have not. But I want to go into even more clarity. So yesterday I talked about this actually being centered around guaranteed money and putting in language that would take away money if Roquan were to get suspended. Now, I have to correct myself again after learning more information. It's what it actually is that they're trying to put language in the contract to prevent him from losing money. So, I did say the Bears have said it's standard in all their contracts that there's language in there that can, give the Bears an option to take away guaranteed money, if the player gets suspended. And so, they're not necessarily trying to stuff that in Roquan's contract there. That's their standard contract. Roquan wants language in there to prevent from the specific suspension of the helmet to helmet thing. Because again, as I said, that's something that players are worried is going to increase suspensions because no one knows how the refs are going to call it. To me, honestly, again, another conversation, but I think refs are going to be conservative with it. But either way, people want to be protected. So here's the issue that is absolutely crazy. It seems, like I said, it's a Bears thing, but each team does their thing different. It's not an NFL thing. But it seems like, what has happened, and I don't know how far back this dates, but pretty recently, so I would say 5 or so years, it seems that teams have started to put in language to take away guaranteed money. And so what we're talking about is the suspensions, number one. Hey, if you get suspended, you miss X amount of games, or you get suspended for this, then we're able to take away a percentage of the guaranteed money you got. And it could be that, it could be other things. It could be, missing workouts, whatever, what have you. But the thing about it is, guaranteed money should be guaranteed money. And one thing we might know, and I brought up before, is that your guaranteed money and your signing bonus is different. So the signing bonus, you sign a contract, you get that money, straight up. Guaranteed money can be put in the form of bonuses or incentives, or, spread out in different ways. So like we said, what are they called? I believe they're report bonuses. Basically you report to a certain amount of practices, report to camp on time, yada yada. You get this. Workout bonuses. You attend this percentage of workouts, you get this. You played X amount of games on March 1st, you get this. And so they can be spread out in all types of different incentives in different ways. Because teams, like, you hear, oh, such and such got a $56 million guaranteed money. They don't want to pay that. They never want to pay that. There's players that have gotten big paychecks on big things with fully guaranteed money, but teams don't want to do that. And so they spread it around with all these different things. And so, I guess it's become commonplace to not only spread that, guaranteed money around, which, okay, that's a way of saying, okay, if you don't perform certain things, we can keep our money. That's kind of been around for a long time, but what's been new is that they're putting in these languages about suspensions, about, apparently there's teams that put in language about, if you mention a coach or a teammate in a bad way in the media, or if, you miss a practice this, or if you do this and this, then they're putting in all these pothole. I would call it a pothole where they can, take away some of your money. And so it's all to take away the money they guaranteed you. The NFL guaranteed money is just not guaranteed money. That's just kind of what it is with the NFL. Like I said, they want to spread it around so the word guarantee is loose. However, I would say even if you call it guaranteed money, but you spread it through incentives, okay, I can understand that, but you can't start putting stuff in there that allows teams a loophole to take away that money. It's one thing if you don't perform or you don't make it to the whatever, and then you don't get that extra bonus. Okay, that's on you. Fine, whatever. But then it's another thing when they're putting in language where they can start coming after the money or decreasing percentage of the whole guaranteed money you sign. And then there's even some people that are trying to take away that signing bonus, like they're trying to get it back. And I forgot the player, but I was listening on the radio and they were saying that there was a player in the NFL that got hurt or whatever, and the team sued him. And basically they wanted some of his signing bonus back. Again, signing bonus is what you get up front. And so they sued him and won, and they were able to get like 8% or whatever of the money back. And cause they claimed that, we paid for this service and we never got it, which is true, but that's how contracts work. If you are saying this much money is a signing bonus, that means bonus for signing the contract. That's it. It doesn't mean bonus for not getting hurt or anything else like that. You sign the contract, you get this much money. So like people talk, Sam Darnold just got 20 million signing bonus out of however much he got guaranteed. So he gets that for signing the contract. And now they're trying to put in language that say, okay, if you do this, you get on Twitter, you get in trouble, you sexually assault somebody, or you say something racist or whatever. We have the right to take away some of that money and to decrease your guaranteed money. So what this all means is two things. Number one, it means that somewhere along the lines, the NFLPA and the players that were on that exec team really screwed up to allow the league to get to that point. Cause I had no idea, and most of us don't, we don't, we can't have access to their contracts. We know the numbers, but we don't know all the parameters in the language. So, and even if we had access to it, most of us wouldn't be looking at it. So most of us didn't know. I had no idea that they were doing that because, my background is business and insurance specifically. So I love contract law. That's my education. I like all that stuff. And so I'm not a lawyer, but I would have to say if you just set me down and in layman's terms told me that they're starting to put that in contracts, we would have had to fight against that. That had to be in the CBA. We're like, no, you cannot do that. You cannot go after players' guaranteed money. There were people commenting on the other video, and I see people commenting on the internet, Bears fans, where like Roquan's right, he's right. You got to get as much money as you can because you don't have leverage and there's no loyalty. 100% agree, and this just proves why. How is it that you're signing this person, you're coming to terms with this agreement where the contract isn't fully guaranteed? You cut him at any point, they're not making money. The NBA, you cut them, you still got to pay them. So you already have a significant advantage right now over the player. But then on top of that, you're like, you know what? If it comes to cutting you or if you don't work out, we want to make sure we keep as much money as possible. That is so cheap. And it's crazy because usually I'm not on player side. I mean, I'm probably in the middle, but I'm more towards the team side. Because football, to me, like I said, I always tell people that's an opportunity. That's not a career. It doesn't last. It's dependent on your physical skill. Once it's, the average NFL career is like 2 seasons, whatever. It's not a career. It's a stepping stone. It's an opportunity to make money, to build on to better things. So I don't always feel bad when players are like, I wish I get this much or whatever. But anyway, I feel like, but I do agree when players try to get the most that they're worth when they have that power. Then yes, get as much as you're worth. So I'm okay with that. But it's crazy because I'm never usually on the player's side, but this is egregious. it's egregious. You already not guaranteeing my contract. So there's only a portion of the money I'm signing that's guaranteed. If I get hurt and you cut me, I'm not making money. So all I got to really rely on is my signing bonus. And now you trying to put in language to take that away and my other guaranteed money when my quote unquote guaranteed money is already spread out through different avenues. No, that's crazy. And so it's the older players, whatever regime that is, it's the NFLPA should be ashamed of themselves. That is absolutely ludicrous. And I've said it in my other video that that the NBA is miles ahead as far as players and their power. And it's true, we know that, but this is obscene. This is absolutely obscene. You don't make the majority of the money coming into the league. You don't have guaranteed contracts. And now you sitting here telling me that you're allowing people to gouge guaranteed money that's not really even guaranteed in the first place. So, number one, like I said, this is a NFL, the NFLPA has really screwed up. Number two, this is much bigger than Roquan Smith. This is an egregious act in the league and one that players should rectify. Roquan, like I said, is very specifically, because again, contracts are specific. The language matters. Is very specifically saying, Bears, we want you to put in the contract that you won't take away any guaranteed money for the helmet-to-helmet suspensions. I mean, they might be asking for more, I don't know, but that's the real sticking point. So if it boils down to, we'll keep your language in there where you could take guaranteed money for getting in trouble on Twitter, getting arrested, or the media, or whatever, we'll keep all that. We just specifically want to be protected from the helmet-to-helmet rule because of his position that he plays, and we don't know how the refs are going to call it. That's not an unreasonable request. And so I have to think they're asking for more than that, but it's being reported that that's the sticking point. And the Bears, again, are saying, well, if we do that for you, then people are going to start doing that, which is true. The next contract be like, hey, take that social media stuff clause out of there. I don't want you to touch my guaranteed money. Hey, take this out. Or if I'm a superstar, I don't want no language in there about any guarantee. All my money's guaranteed, whatever. That I don't want to do roster bonuses. I want this. I want signing bonus. And that's, I mean, big time players fight for that. That's why you see, well, who was it? I forgot which quarterback. It was Russ Wilson or somebody, but they were fighting for fully guaranteed contracts, like a lower salary, but, guaranteed money. And this is why. And my point with all this is going to start, it's not football related. It's off the field related, but I think in the NFL, there's going to be a big sticking point going forward cause they're being exposed right now. And I know this is why players need to be educated and why, I mean, the NBA has good representation because those players are not smart and they could have easily got sucked into something like this. But players got to continue to be educated and continue not to just run in here eager. Oh, give me the check. I'm making money now. I'm rich. They got to be more active because the fact that this was allowed to happen is absolutely crazy to me. So anyway, that's my thoughts. Go comment section. Let me know what you think about these contracts. Are the teams right? Should they be able to do this? Or do you blame the NFLPA for not fighting? How do you think this is rectified? All that stuff. Go to comments. Get that started. Share it around. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.